Planks aren't just some trendy exercise that fitness influencers do for social media. They're one of the few movements that can completely transform how your body looks and feels. Most people think planks are just about building abs, but I'm going to show you what really happens to your body when you start doing them consistently. The first thing that changes? Your posture. This might not sound exciting, but you're going to want to hear why your posture affects everything about how you feel and move. Most people walk around with terrible posture. Years of sitting at desks, looking down at phones, and letting life pull their shoulders forward has created what I call the modern slump. Poor posture isn't just about looking slouched over. It affects your breathing, your energy levels, your confidence, and even how much pain you feel throughout the day. When your posture is off, your entire body has to work harder just to keep you upright, which leads to fatigue, aches, and feeling older than you are. Planks force your body into perfect alignment from head to toe. Your shoulders have to stay directly over your elbows or wrists. Your back has to stay straight, and your head has to stay in line with your spine. What looks like just holding a simple position quietly sets off a chain reaction, and you'll see one of the biggest shifts your body will have later on in this video. This perfect alignment doesn't just happen during the plank. Your body starts to remember what good posture feels like, and you'll find yourself naturally standing taller and sitting straighter throughout the day without even thinking about it. But here's where it gets really interesting. As your posture improves, something amazing happens to your core strength. Now, when I say core, I'm not just talking about your abs. Your true core includes all the muscles that wrap around your midsection and support your spine, including muscles you can't even see. Most people think they need to do hundreds of crunches to build a strong core, but that's old thinking. That doesn't work very well. Crunches only work the surface muscles and teach your body to move in ways that actually make your posture worse. Planks are completely different. In a plank position, your deep core muscles have to work constantly to keep your spine stable and prevent your body from sagging or arching. These deep muscles, the ones that act like a natural back brace, learn to fire automatically to protect your spine. This is the kind of core strength that actually translates to real life. After a few weeks of consistent planks, you'll notice that your lower back doesn't ache as much when you stand for long periods. Getting out of bed in the morning feels easier. Carrying groceries or lifting everyday objects doesn't strain your back the way it used to. Your core becomes a natural support system that works without you having to think about it. And once your core starts working the way it should, your shoulders get a massive benefit. The plank position puts your shoulders in a challenging but incredibly beneficial position. They have to support a significant portion of your body weight while staying stable and aligned. This builds real shoulder stability, not just shoulder strength. Most shoulder problems happen because the joint is unstable, not because it's weak. The small stabilizing muscles around your shoulder joint, the ones that keep everything in proper position, get incredibly strong from planks. Your shoulders learn to work as a team with your core to create total body stability. This carries over into every activity you do with your arms, from reaching overhead to carrying bags to playing sports. Your shoulders become more resilient and less prone to injury. But we're just getting started with the benefits. Let's talk about what happens to your entire back, because this might be the most important benefit of all. Back pain affects millions of people and limits so many activities. Most back pain isn't caused by one big injury. It's caused by years of poor posture, weak core muscles, and movement patterns that stress the spine. Planks address all of these issues at once. The exercise teaches your entire back to work as one coordinated unit. Your upper back muscles learn to keep your shoulders in the right position. Your middle back muscles learn to maintain the natural curve of your spine. Your lower back muscles learn to work with your core instead of doing all the work themselves. This creates what I call a bulletproof back, not because you'll never feel any discomfort, but because your back becomes much more resilient and capable of handling the stresses of daily life. Many people find that chronic back pain starts to fade away as their core gets stronger and their posture improves. Now, before we talk about the mental benefits that everyone will love, let me mention that planks are incredibly powerful, but they work best when combined with other fundamental movements. If you want a complete approach to building strength and feeling great in your body, planks are an essential piece of the puzzle. But let's get back to planks and talk about something most people don't expect: the mental toughness benefits. Planks are as much a mental exercise as they are a physical one. There's something uniquely challenging about holding a static position while your muscles are burning and your mind is screaming at you to quit. When you're 45 seconds into a plank and every fiber in your body wants to drop to the ground, but you hold on for those last 15 seconds anyway, that's building mental resilience. You're teaching yourself that you can push through discomfort and accomplish things that feel impossible in the moment. This mental strength carries over into other areas of your life. Work challenges don't seem as overwhelming. Daily stress becomes more manageable. You develop a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you can handle difficult things. There's also something almost meditative about planks when you learn to embrace them instead of fighting them. You have to focus on your breathing, stay present in the moment, and find calm in the midst of physical challenge. It's like a moving meditation that builds both physical and mental strength. And here's something that might surprise you about planks. They're incredible for improving your breathing. Most people breathe poorly throughout the day, using only the top portion of their lungs and relying too heavily on their neck and shoulder muscles to help them breathe. Planks force you to breathe using your diaphragm, the large muscle that sits below your lungs and is your primary breathing muscle. In the plank position, you can't rely on accessory breathing muscles, so your diaphragm has to do the work it was designed to do. This carries over into your daily life in ways you might not expect. You'll notice you feel less winded climbing stairs. Your voice might become stronger and clearer. You might even sleep better because your body learns to breathe more efficiently. The cardiovascular benefits of planks are also more significant than most people realize. Holding a plank doesn't look like cardio, but your heart has to work overtime to supply oxygen to all the muscles that are working to keep you stable. Your heart rate elevates and stays elevated throughout the hold. This type of cardiovascular challenge is different from traditional cardio like running or cycling, but it's incredibly effective. It's called isometric cardio, and it can improve your heart health while building strength at the same time. You get double benefits in a fraction of the time. Planks also improve your body awareness in ways that carry over into everything else you do. When you're holding a plank, you become incredibly aware of every part of your body. You can feel if your hips are too high or too low, if one shoulder is carrying more weight than the other, if your breathing is shallow or deep. This heightened body awareness makes you more coordinated and balanced in daily activities. You become more aware of how you're sitting, standing, and moving throughout the day. This awareness helps you catch and correct poor posture or movement patterns before they cause problems. But let me save you from the most common mistakes that can ruin the benefits of planks and potentially cause problems. These mistakes are incredibly common, but they're easy to fix once you know what to look for. First mistake, letting your hips sag toward the ground. This puts dangerous stress on your lower back and completely defeats the purpose of the exercise. Your body should form a straight line from your head to your heels. Think about pulling your belly button toward your spine to keep your core engaged. Second mistake, hiking your hips too high in the air. This might make the plank feel easier, but it takes the work away from your core and reduces the effectiveness of the exercise. Keep your hips in line with your shoulders and heels. Third mistake, holding your breath. I see this all the time. People get so focused on holding the position that they forget to breathe. This makes the exercise much harder than it needs to be and can make you feel dizzy or lightheaded. Breathe slowly and steadily throughout the entire hold. Fourth mistake, letting your shoulders roll forward or sink toward the ground. Keep your shoulders directly over your elbows if you're doing a forearm plank, or over your wrists if you're doing a straight arm plank. Think about pushing the ground away from you to keep your shoulders strong and stable. And the final mistake, gripping the ground too tightly with your hands. This creates unnecessary tension in your arms and shoulders and can lead to cramping or discomfort. Keep your hands relaxed but stable on the ground. Now you're probably wondering how long you should hold planks and how often you should do them. Don't worry, I've got a simple progression that works for complete beginners and can be advanced as you get stronger. If you're just starting out, aim to hold a plank for 15 to 20 seconds with perfect form. Do this for 2 to 3 sets, 3 times per week. Focus on quality over quantity. It's better to hold a perfect plank for 15 seconds than a sloppy plank for a minute. Once you can easily hold a plank for 30 seconds, work toward holding it for 45 seconds, then 1 minute. Most people don't need to hold planks longer than 2 minutes. At that point, you can add variations or increase the challenge in other ways. For intermediate exercisers, you can try variations like side planks, plank ups, or plank with leg lifts. You can also increase the frequency to 4 or 5 times per week if your body is recovering well. Advanced practitioners can add external load like a weighted vest, try single arm or single leg planks, or incorporate planks into circuit training. But remember, the goal isn't to make it as hard as possible, it's to build strength and stability that improves your daily life. The most important thing is consistency and gradual progression. Your core muscles need time to adapt and get stronger. It's better to do shorter, perfect planks regularly than to try to hold long planks with poor form. Be patient with yourself and focus on how the exercise feels rather than how long you can hold it. As your strength improves, the time will naturally increase. Be sure to share this video with a friend who you think needs it.